What's up, everybody? How's it going out there? Checking, make sure I got my windows up. Hanging out here. What's everybody up to? Got a few people in here already. Thank you very much. Be sure to hit that like button when you come in if you would. Got the Mudflap code up there. If anybody wants to join Mudflap, click on that. By all means, get yourself a deal. I promote that because it's a good deal. You know, that's why I promote it. I don't make a whole lot off of it, but pretty good deals. Hoping Fate Trucking would join us in a little while. He's trying to find a place to park, so you know how that is this time of day. You know how that goes this time of day. So we'll give it a minute, let him roll in the door. Hopefully he's not too far out. How's everybody doing? Figure we pop back on here for a minute. Just got done booking a load. Late night freight booking, you know what I'm saying? Wonderful. I'm about a mile and a half from where I'm picking up in the morning. So there he is. There's the guy. Oh, look at that hoodie. That's a stylish hoodie right there.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Can you hear me all right?
Oh, wait. Did you find a place to park?
I did. Sorry, man. I had to park, and then I had to run in and use the restroom real quick. It was kind of a little bit of a hassle. You hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you good. I can hear you real good.
All right, good.
So what's the story of the day?
Are you in a Holiday Inn Express?
Yeah, I was going to get you to do a review on this hotel I'm in for me. What do you think of this place? Pretty nice, ain't it?
Yeah. Does it have the sofa bed in it? 2 queen beds and a sofa?
Nah, I like the sofa over there, you know, looking out the window. I can lounge around, drink some champagne. Order some room service, all that good stuff.
You're living the high life.
Yes, sir. I gotta tell you, man, living in a ProStar ain't that bad. Not a bad little truck here.
Yeah, I like them. I actually, before I got this truck, that was one of the trucks I was looking at. I was thinking about getting a ProStar, but not one with a Cummins. When I was thinking about buying a truck, I was pretty naive. It had one of those Max Force in it, and the guy that, DIY talked me out of it.
Yeah, that's a tough engine for over the road.
Yeah.
If you're gonna buy one and run some grain locally or whatever, and you can take that EGR off and hose it out about once a month, you might be okay, but that's a tough nut to crack for an over the road truck. I almost bought one of those one time. It had a diamond rebuild on it from International Trucks, but I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. I had a paid off truck at the time, and you know how that goes. It's tough. It's tough to give up that paid off truck. So
it is, but you always think about it. Always.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I tell everybody, the second you pay off a truck, you create this thing in your brain where it's constantly, should I keep this one or should I get a new one? Should I keep this one or should I get a new one? I mean, you think about it 100 times a day.
Yes, sir. I heard you talking earlier on your live earlier today, how you want to get, or you're thinking about maybe getting a cooler/freezer.
Yeah.
Good. I have a bodega that's dual temperature, or it can be one, like the whole thing can be one temperature or dual temperature. It's phenomenal. It will freeze. Right now my freezer side's at -4.
Yes, I seen the video you did on that. I like that thing. I was talking about getting one for some steamed vegetables, but that's a lot of money to have some like broccoli in my life, you know.
They make smaller ones.
my Freightliner's got a little freezer in it, but I just don't use it a whole lot. You know, it's like I put a couple pounds of hamburger up there when I'm, like not running through it fast as I thought I would. But yeah, I went in the store here, and I stopped. I got here about noon today, and I cooked some hamburger meat when I got here, took a nap, did a live show, kind of goofed around, took a shower, whatever. And then I went back in right before, when I was texting you earlier. I ran in the store and I was like, I'm getting a little hungry. I'm going to run in and see what they got. Dude, they got some little turkey subs in there, like maybe 6 or 7 inches, which, hey, we all know 6 and 7 inches is plenty. But for a little turkey and cheese sub sandwich was $7.57. And I said, the hell with that. I go back to the truck. I cooked some sausage and eggs a minute ago, but I gotta tell you, man, that little butane stove's the way to be.
I use that, and that I use one of those lunchbox cookers too, that Road Pro, I think it is. I use both of those, and that's how I cook all my food.
Yeah, the electric hot plate is nice and all, but man, now that I upgraded and got a bigger one, I kind of keep the truck running to run the damn thing. And, it's like butane's cheaper than diesel these days. So I may have to start going. I've cooked about 4 meals on that first can. I'm still on my first can.
Oh, so. Yeah, they'll last forever. I think I have 4 in the truck, and I've only replaced, I always keep 4. And I think I've replaced 2 cans. So since I bought it, which was not that long after I started this last January, and I cook every meal. The only downside with it is they cook pretty quickly. Like it's tough. Like your electric plate or whatever, you probably can control the temperature better than you can with the butane.
I found with the butane, if you cut it, like on the lowest setting it'll go on, it cooks everything about right. But you got to get it real low. The hot plate has the problem of, a hot plate's really only got high, and it's high and then it's off, and it's high then it's off. And it depends on where you set your adjustment on how much it kicks on and kicks off.
Okay.
So I like the steadiness of this butane. You set it and you get a consistent temperature. I don't know. I like it. Now, as far as the butane, I was looking like you can get it for like $2 a can if you go to like Sam's Club.
Sam's Club. Yep.
Yeah. I think I'm going to tell the old lady next time she's in Sam's Club, grab me a case of that. And,
you know where else you can go? It's your favorite spot. You did a video once on it. You can go to Menards. Menards usually has them pretty inexpensive too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of put it off buying one of those for a long time. I thought they were cheap. They kind of look cheap. But I got to tell you, it's pretty sturdy once you get it out and start messing with it. So I'm pretty happy with it. I did a video on it. I think I got a video coming out tomorrow about it.
So that means I do mine tomorrow then, right?
Hey, I could upload it right now. It's already uploaded. I just changed the date on it. I put that bastard out right before this live's over with. But so vacation's over.
Yeah.
Back to the truck. Did you have to jump it off?
What was that?
Did you have to jump the truck off? Do you have dead batteries?
Nope, it started right up. I mean,
wow.
Where I parked it, I had somebody that checked on it every now and then for me. And I killed all the power and said that if it wasn't cold out and the person came to check on the truck, if they left the power on just to turn the inverter on, or the APU for me. So it fired right up.
Nice. Yeah, I keep forgetting you put an APU on that truck.
Yeah.
Talk about me living a high on the hog over here. Look at you over there.
Hey, man.
Mr. APU himself.
It was a refurbished one. It's not a $15,000 one.
It's a good investment, especially if you're going to keep the truck. I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is.
It was the first.
What's that?
Go ahead.
Oh, no, what was you going to say?
I was just going to say that was the first big investment that I purchased and put on the truck after I started this.
Oh, okay. I just made a purchase for mine, new injectors. So it's like with equipment prices where they're at these days, if I went and got this new truck I was looking at, that 2020 Freightliner I was looking at, never been registered. I mean, honestly, that's like 2 months of payments on that new truck. So it's like, what's the big, didn't hurt my feelings that much. Now, it did hurt my feelings when I got an emissions code on the way, to pick up my first load after that. But
that sucks.
Yeah. I had a corroded wiring connector, and they cut me a break, only $500 to
you mean to tell me you had an emissions problem and they didn't want to check your coolant level first and then check your batteries and let's see what else, maybe your air dryer? They didn't want to go through all those things before they got to the problem?
Yeah, they called me with my tire tread depth on every tire. They used to kill me about the Love's tire care thing, where you pull up and the tire pass.
Yeah.
They would come out and give you the measurements on all of them. I'm like, I didn't ask for none of that. I know where to, I just asked you to put some air in them if they need air. But, I got where I don't really trust that because if you go through that tire pass, I'm going to tell you right now, at the next morning when you get up and the tires have cooled down and everything should be on a level playing surface, check them again. I used to have some real inconsistent numbers, because they're checking them hot because you just pulled in,
Right.
So you could have, hot spots and cool spots. And yeah, I'm more about maintaining my own tires now. And let me hit a few comments here. Kelly's in the house. Good evening, channel member. Thank you very much. Gary Bates in the house. A lot of guys coming back for the second show. That first show today was a crapshoot. I kept having problems, kept having to delay it. So I appreciate everybody coming by. Shannon Thomas in the house. Cool Trucking's in the house. What's up? With both feet. He came on earlier for a little while. Hi all. I'll be back. Catching up on vlogs. Everybody's going live these days. I can't catch a moment when somebody ain't live on me. Something about vlogs there. See this drinking live bedtime for me. I'll have to catch the replay. I'm either driving when you're live or sleeping. Well, if you're a truck driver, that's all you do. So yeah. Seems that way at least.
Well, he's got a lot going on too.
Yeah, that's true. He is he's still doing the FedEx gig,
Yeah.
So yeah, trying to get your authority and doing all that. Business School Dropout. That's a good channel. He doesn't put up a lot of content. And I wish he would put up more because man, he knows a thing or two about a thing or two over there.
Look at that.
But yeah, he's Livingston, California. The TA $6.35 a gallon on diesel, 20 a night to park. There you go. There you go. Deals all over the place out there. Gary Bates figured it out. DIY has no feelings. He proved it when he got out of the polar plunge with no sign of the cold. Yeah, I wondered about that. How the hell you get out of there and not be shivering? It's like.
He doesn't sound very good.
Yeah. I told him, we're gonna start a death pool if he don't start getting better. Because
don't say that.
No, hey, I wish nothing but the best for that
guy. I haven't had him sign the paperwork over to me yet. So for the business,
right? Yeah. Yeah. As first to Ken, I get first shot at everything, I think. Rich Barber says, Rich Barber Trucking, checking in. Smallest valet parking area to ever have a tractor trailer in San Francisco, California, Hyatt. Bro, I do not envy those deliveries like that. That is not where I want to be. Now, I went from Long Island to Boston and morning rush hour traffic this morning. And let me tell you, at one point I just gave up and I just rolled at 10 mile an hour. I said, I'm not going to stop and go a million times. I'm just going to cruise at 10 mile an hour and everybody else can kiss my ass.
The little bit you've shared with me, they must have paid you a fortune to go to Long Island.
Yeah.
All right, good for you.
Yeah, I could deadhead back to Minnesota from here and still be over $3 a mile. So yeah, good times. It was good times. Mystical Driver says 84 degrees out there. I'm a little envious of that. It is like getting cold where I'm at. 40 degrees here in Massachusetts. This truck stop is a madhouse I'm at, man. These people parking like, dude, it's one of those spots. It's just crazy. I'm luckily I did not have to reserve a spot here because I got here at noon. So I got out of that. And let's see. Kelly says, yeah, $20 per night at the parking lot is still trashed. Yeah, I don't know what it is to park here at night. I didn't look, honestly, because I got here so early. But, you know, out here in Massachusetts, I say it's $20-$25. They ain't cutting no deals.
No.
So I had a load back to Wisconsin that was supposed to load today, and I was supposed to be back in Wisconsin on Friday, and I was supposed to have my best week ever at almost 15,000.
Wow.
And yeah, I lost out on the load back to Wisconsin. So
is that the one you were talking about? The
yeah.
1,200 and you wanted 15?
No, that was a different one. I'd already lost the Wisconsin load at that point because I had to get loaded this morning, and then I got held up at a stop in New Jersey yesterday, and it, you know how the chain of events goes. It's that multi-stop life. I vlogged this trip from Minnesota out here, and it was just one of those trips. It was weird that I started vlogging it. I vlogged it because I was in the loaner truck, so that added a little bit of extra to it. But yeah, a 5-stopper like on the East Coast. I mean, like every stop was the worst of the worst, dog. And so yeah.
And you had to go to Long Island. It's bad enough multi-stops in Pennsylvania and Jersey, but you throw Long Island in the mix?
Yeah,
and Boston?
And it finals in Boston? Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad you do it because I'm not going to do it.
Basically, they wrote a list. They got that, that movie Inception where they go into your dreams?
Dreams? Yep.
They got my nightmare of a load and wrote it down for me. Basically what they did, man. Like, yeah. But it was like I wasn't even concerned about it. I was like, it just is. I do a lot of Jersey. I've been to most of the places. The Long Island. Other than the traffic, Long Island's nothing to be afraid of. You know what I mean? It's just like you just got to give yourself a lot of time for the traffic. And yeah, the only element that really threw me was being in the international. Like a different truck, a truck I'm not used to driving. But I mean, like this truck, it's super easy to learn. It's a push button versus mine's the little flipper thing on the column.
On the column.
Yeah. Not a bad ride though. I got 7.4 miles a gallon out here. And then since I filled up in Pennsylvania, I'm at like 7.1 very lightly loaded by like 30,000 pounds on the way out here. And then of course, like every stop took, like the first 3 stops took like 10,000 pounds each off.
No.
Or 5 or 6, an average of 7,000 pounds or so come off at every stop. But all the stop and go traffic is what's killed it out here, like, yesterday afternoon, they turned me loose out of New Jersey. I had to go from New Jersey to Long Island, and they turned me loose at 4 p.m. in Jersey. So it's like, you know, what are you going to do? And then this morning, I got unloaded at 6 a.m. in Long Island and had to be in Boston at like as soon as possible. So my last 8 hours of driving have went like 300 miles. Like,
Yeah.
just ridiculous. So where are you running at? You down south? What are you doing?
No, I'm in Chicagoland area right now. And then from here I go to Ohio, and then Ohio to PA, my second home.
Yeah. I'll be down
A
there tomorrow.
Lot of like one day.
Yeah.
I think the furthest I have to go is like 450 miles or something like that.
Yeah. It's a good strategy when rates get a little soft, this time of year. Like normally I like that one run back to Minnesota, but usually in the winter, in the early spring, I don't get the one shot back to Minnesota. That's usually the time of year when I'm splitting it because, I'm not doing, Massachusetts to Minnesota for, $2,800.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. I'm not feeling it, but especially with fuel where it's at, if fuel was still $2 a gallon, gets me back to a good area, maybe, but I did okay out of Massachusetts. I mean, of course, I'm making a stop in Pennsylvania, but by the time I do that, I do this rundown. This picks up tomorrow, delivers Friday morning, and I got load back to Minnesota for the weekend. And it's really not bad, but other than having to split it, go to Pennsylvania to get something better. But yeah,
that was kind of my plan too. I mean, obviously I've shared this before. I mean, I'm always involved in every load that I do, you know what I mean? But like you, there's people that are, well, DIYs working to find the best freight out there for me or all of us, all the contractors. But I final early Friday morning in the, a very good part of Pennsylvania. So
yeah.
I'm sure that's what's going to happen to me. I'll find a weekend load that gets me back to the Midwest.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'll if you're coming back across 80, I'll ride behind you and draft off of you.
You'll probably go by me.
Yeah. Well, let's see, I'm picking up Friday morning in Pennsylvania going back. So.
Oh yeah, we might. Yeah.
Yeah, because what is tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. So yeah, I pick up in the morning and I run that down to Pennsylvania for the next morning, and then pick up Friday. So yeah. Kelly says, yeah, $20 per night. Okay, I didn't read that one. Sorry. They have 20 free spots and 60 pay spots. That's becoming the new ratio at the TA Petro. That's where it was. Let's see. Where did I stop at the other night? I stayed at a TA the other day, and it was about like that. It was like about that ratio. It really was. Let's see. Business School Driver says, I was on the street with the homeless RVs for free in San Leonardo Road last night. I should have stayed put. Yeah, love parking with the homeless RVers. That's always makes for an interesting night. Only drawback was the 2-gallon shower in the trailer last night. Yeah, exactly. There's a Mudflap code if anybody's interested. Stole some fuel on there the other night. Stole some fuel. 5 bought fuel for under $3 a gallon there in Wisconsin, under $4 a gallon. Excuse me, $4. Excuse me. Yeah, I got it for $3.99 there at the Travel Plaza there in North Poignant.
Oh yeah, that's a good stop.
You know, a lot of people think of Mudflap. They think of these little, mom and pops with the one pump and it's run down and they got no canopy over the pumps. And I'm gonna tell you right now that North Point, that's 100% diesel. That's no biodiesel. Their DEF is $2.69 right now.
Right, and right across the highway, it's almost $4. Right, or not even right across the overpass. It's almost $4.
Yeah, that guy at the North Point, he told me, I started shopping there when that guy first bought that truck stop and started redoing it. That was like 2 or 3, maybe 4, probably 4 years ago at this point. But he told me, he said his strategy was to sell DEF, because that truck stop didn't even sell DEF before he came in there. He brought in the DEF tank and the pumps and everything, and he said his strategy was to sell DEF at cost.
Really?
To bring people in, because
I wonder if he owns. Have you stayed at the new one? There's another new same. I don't think it's an AMS Best, but it's another BP on your way to that Walmart distribution center in Toma. It's like the exit before that industrial park exit or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a brand new truck stop on the north side of 90 there. It's legit.
Yeah. They own 4 truck stops. That guy that owns the North Point, he owns 4 different truck stops. So
I wonder if he owns that one. I stayed there. I happened to find it one night, and it's a great place. Yeah,
they're good people. They I mean, they don't do it no more because they don't have donuts. But used to, if you bought diesel, they give you a bag of donuts. And oh man, you talking about making me want to stop. But yeah, no, these mud flaps are legit, man. You there's a couple of them. I stopped at a Casey's one time. I think it was around Kansas City. And it was like in a very like residential type area, and it only had one diesel pump. And I mean, super cheap diesel, but you had to go like way off the beaten path to get it. There's some stuff like that, but for the most part, if you do your research and you do the satellite view, you can see what's going on there.
Yep.
Trucking with Blaze is in the house. Let's see here. Getting some spinny wheels here. I don't know. Maybe have bad internet. Let's see. With both feet in the house. Thank you very much. Channel member Red Diesel's in the house. What up? There's Roger Moore himself in the house. Good morning. Where are you at, Roger? Where is it morning time? I think in Roger's head it's always the morning time. He's a go-getter, you know what I mean?
I know that guy.
Jackknife TV says, what do you say? Strippers wrestling in the mud? Hell yeah, I say let's do it. Where they at? Where's this show at? I mean, are we talking local? What are we doing? Joe says, is this your Hampton House bedroom pick? Yeah. If you don't know, I was out on Long Island yesterday. So I started to look at some property out there. And Howard Stern's got a house out there that's worth $90 million.
Oh my goodness.
It's 12. Here's what I like. It's 8 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms. See, I like that because even if you have people over, you still, even if it's a couple and you put them in the same bedroom, you still got more bathrooms than you do bedrooms. You know what I mean? Like you could have a feast and everybody could take a dump at the same time. Because that's the problem having people over the house. You know what I mean? You eat a big meal and everybody got to take a
Yeah,
dump.
you always have to have your own bathroom. Always.
Exactly. Yeah, this is the view from my backyard at my Hamptons house I bought out there. Houses start in the 5 million to 10 million range out there. So I only bought one.
Oh, you must have had a good tax season.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about something else. Yes, I bought that house with the savings from Mudflap. There you go. Cool trucking in the house. What up? Yeah, everybody hit that like button for me if you could. We have the one and only Fate Trucking in the house. If you guys don't know Fate Trucking, you should go check him out. He loves going on vacation. Let me tell you about Fate Trucking. He loves vacationing in Texas. He loves Mack trucks, and he knows what time it is for sure.
You forgot one thing.
I already know. I'm leading up to it. And he loves fingering stuff. And if you get to know it good enough, yeah, he loves ice fishing. He loves ice fishing or having a seizure, whatever that was he had going on there. Little Al in the house. What up, Little Al? Thanks for stopping by, joining us for the live show. I was just explaining that's Fate Trucking there. If you guys don't know, he has a YouTube channel. He just completed his first year of owner-operator. So he jumped in at a great time. Great timing over there to get into trucking.
I forgot to call Nomadic Brit back. He called me as I was backing up my truck. And so I'm in a really tight spot. And I was like, hey, man, I got to call you back. I forgot to call him back. I'm sorry, Nomadic Brit.
He'll never forgive you. Plus, you was picking on French fries earlier.
Oh. He deserves that right now.
Chips. Yeah. I didn't even see where you said something about backing in, hang on or something when I was live earlier. I didn't even see that. I was talking to my mom later and she was like, did you see that? And I was like, no, it never came through on my end. Because I was sitting there refreshing, trying to see if anybody was going to say anything or anybody want to click in. And
yeah, so, as you were ending it, I had just backed to the dock and pulled my brakes. It was about to hit the link, and you ended it, which is fine. I mean, we got now.
Right? Yeah. No pressure. No pressure. Y'all both sound good. Thank you very much. CJ Hudson Cash, are you parked next to Swift? Wow, good luck and stay safe. No, actually, Swift is one truck over. There is a, I guess it's like a boat trailer. It's like a boat, really low, like flatbed boat looking hauling trailer. So you can see the Swift trailer in the background over there. So no, I'm not parked directly by Swift. That's for sure. Joe, any happy ending come with that hotel room? You are in the East Coast. No, there is a massage parlor next door here. I walked by it. I had to go get some screwdrivers. Boy, I hate not being in my truck. You know what I mean? Like, just gotta buy everything, man. Like, and I thought I brought some stuff, but yeah, I needed some screwdrivers.
I'm a little bit behind just because I was on vacation. Do you have a rental truck, or is this like the last time? Are you borrowing from somebody that works at the same place you do?
This is the carrier's truck. Okay. I mean, I'm renting it from them. This isn't like another owner operator's truck. They rebuilt this truck here, so I'm kind of renting it and testing it and all those things. So not a bad setup. It'll be a money maker. They'll probably sell it. I don't know what they'll sell it for, but I don't know. What do you think? ProStar, Eaton Auto, 10 speed, ISX Cummins. about 350,000 miles.
You just said the three, like, Cummins. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be expensive.
Yeah. I'd say I was talking to DIY about it the other day. I was like, hey, I'd probably sell it for 60, 70,000. But then he's like, I don't know, probably more closer to 100. And I'm like, I guess with 350,000 miles on it, that's pretty low miles. So yeah, probably ask, I don't know, 100 grand for it. It's not bad on fuel economy. If you put a trailer behind this thing with skirts on it, I'm pulling a trailer with an older trailer with no skirts. My trailer's at the yard, and I think you put my trailer with skirts and all behind it and slow down a little bit and stay out all this damn East Coast traffic. And it's probably close to an 8 mile a gallon truck. You know.
Like, can we talk about that real quick, or you want to keep reading comments? I have a question for you.
All right, go for it.
And I don't mean, I saw a comment by somebody in your live earlier today, that talked about buying a truck right now is like buying a stock when the stock's really high, right? Like, right. we all know that. Like, we all agree on that, right? You're buying equipment at historic prices, right?
Right. Did you hear what I said about it though?
I didn't. That's why I'm asking you this.
Yeah.
If you had the money to invest in like Apple or Microsoft or one of these big conglomerate companies, you would do it, wouldn't you?
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
I like investing in myself more than I like investing in other companies.
Well, I was using the term because he said it's like buying a stock high. If I had enough money to buy more than one share of like Apple stock, I would still buy it because it's that type of technology. Apple, it continues to, well, that's a bad example because never mind. I just thought of something in my head.
Take Apple out of it because Apple's divisive company, pun intended, I guess, a divisive company. But let's say a company, let's say Pfizer, somebody that's going to make money no matter what. Like, they've got the connections, they've got the pull. Hell yeah, right now I'd still be buying Pfizer stock. But as far as what I was saying about that earlier with equipment, is it's different. Because, okay, let's say Pfizer. If Pfizer wants to create 2 million more shares of stock, all they got to do is hit a couple keys on a computer and they create 2 million shares worth of stock to dilute their shares. You can't do that with trucking equipment. You can't hit a few keystrokes and put another 10,000 trucks in the market.
Right.
So, like, yeah, you're buying equipment at higher prices, but it's more of a tangible asset. You know what I mean? It's not something that you can just create. Now, I did come by the Freightliner dealer in Robert, Wisconsin over there. I think that's Three Rivers. They are loaded with trucks right now. They got new trucks everywhere.
Yeah, I drove by it too the other day. Their entire lot is full of brand new trucks.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe truck production is, with these, I mean, think about it. If you were Freightliner or Mack or Volvo or anybody, any truck manufacturer right now, if you could sell these trucks for $200,000, would you not be pumping overtime? Would you not be doing everything you could to get the parts to build more and more? Like, now it's their chance to like catch up, and I got to be honest with you. I think there may be some trucks coming to the market, by looking at these dealerships, always keep an eye, we're truckers. When we drive by the Kenworth dealer, what do? Oh, looky there. Basically head out the window looking back as we're going down the road, like.
I do it every time I see, you're going to laugh at me and make fun of me, but I do it every time I see a 389 or or a W900. I there's something about those two trucks, man. Every time I see one, it's I'm rubbernecking it.
You know, to each his own. I say to each his own. Yeah, it's but you know, that's what we do. We watch the truck lots, and it, to me, it seems like there's more. I'll tell you another one I always look at too when I'm going back or coming out is that new truck country they built there in Hampshire by that Big Loves.
Yep.
Their lot's starting to fill up. Mostly new trucks, it looks like. You know, not a lot of used ones on the lot, but I don't know. I think if fuel prices stay up, I think we could see some easing on the equipment prices a little bit, maybe. You know, it's definitely going to curtail, you know, like, and I've said this before. If you want to become an owner-operator, don't try to time it. You know, get your money right, get your knowledge right, learn taxes, learn fueling, you know, learn the big money things of trucking, and then get into it. And because there's never a perfect time. You know, if equipment is cheap, that typically means rates are down or fuel prices are way up. You know, so it's hard to time it. So just get in when you can get in. You know, and because if you're going to be in it long term, what's happening in the next 3 months, as long as you don't go out of business, what's happening in the next 3 months is kind of not what you need to be focused on if you're in it for the long term. You know, like, I mean, if I can make money like I made last year, I'd probably retire in about 10 years. But the reality is the money's not like that every year. So, you know, probably 20 more years I got in this, you know. I don't know. That's kind of how I look at it. But I did notice a lot of these truck dealerships, man, the lots are starting to fill up again. Let's see here. I'm going to throw a few comments. Jackknife TV says, I bought a Pro Star with a Max Force in it from Accelerated Leasing. Oh, EGR cooler finally took a crap after the last payment. Ain't that how it works? Accelerated Leasing. I've heard of that. That is, isn't that out of like Indianapolis? Let's see. Kelly, sometimes Kelly uses talk to text, and you need the deciphering code to figure it out. Jackknife TV says if you get them to lead it, do really well. It just really problems with parts after that. Yeah,
that's what I've heard about those trucks.
Yeah, they're just not over the road trucks. You know, that's a truck if you want to pull containers and, you know, keep it near the house all the time in case you need to work on it. But Joe says, I asked my international dealer to do that diamond rebuild, my Pro Star, and they didn't know what I was talking about. Yeah, if you go to international used trucks, they love throwing that term around, the diamond rebuilding. You know, because the international symbol's a diamond, you know.
Diamond.
So that's where they get that from. That's where they get that crap from. I test drove a LT Pro Star 2009, one of the first Max Force engines. Thank God I didn't. Yeah, I was the same way. I went to international used trucks in Laverne, Tennessee, and boy, they was going to give me a good amount for my Kenworth trade-in, and they was going to slap me right in that little Pro Star. And I got to say, that Pro Star, it rode good, quiet, dude. You couldn't. I was riding down the freeway test driving it, and I thought the engine had cut off. I had to look down at the tach to see if the engine was still running. I mean, that was a quiet ass truck, but you know, I'm just glad I didn't do it after, you know, everything shook out. Only the Lonelies coming in from Chicken Town, USA. Woo woo. Down there around Georgia on your mind. Jackknife TV says, man, you can get a mini fridge for about $100. The only thing that sucks is you got that crappy inverter. Yeah, in this truck, I'm not going to put a bunch of money in it. I got the Coleman cooler rocking back there. I did grab my Coleman cooler out of my truck, and you know, it is what it is. I got the butane. I got the butane grill, which I like, so I'm going to keep that. And I got the Coleman cooler. I got about, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 pounds of hamburger left. I probably got enough meat to get me through to. Probably got enough to get me through to the weekend. Get back to Wisconsin at least, and I can stop at the Quick Trip, get some groceries. I think I bought enough. Yeah, I think I bought enough for this whole trip. Though I bought like 12 pounds of hamburger, like 4 or 5 pounds of sausage, a couple dozen, 3 dozen eggs, 4 dozen eggs. That should carry me through. Because when you eat stuff like that, you don't eat all day. You eat a half a pound of sausage and 4 or 5 eggs for breakfast. You're good till the afternoon. Roger Moore says, I highly recommend Engel freezers. It's about 50% more than the Domtech, but it'll last pretty much forever. Resistant to high vibration. Okay.
Yeah, I almost bought one of those. I wanted to try this out though.
Right.
But I almost bought one of those.
Yeah, I'm my Freightliner's got the Domtech in it from the factory. And I don't know, I mean that thing's 4 or 5 years old now, still knock on imitation of wood grain. It's still, still run like a champ. That's the last thing it needs, a $1,500 freezer bill. Joe says I had sausage and eggs with a side of dog fur. That's true, man. The dog fur, I don't know how people do it with a dog that sheds a lot, man. I mean, dude, I can just move my arm in this truck and there'll be a piece of dog fur floating around. I mean, it's everywhere, dude.
Do you watch South Georgia Hot Shot? I think I said that channel right.
Yeah.
And they got 2 pit bulls in their truck with them. Uh-huh. Those things, he'll be on his camera and the thing will come right up to it. I mean, I love dogs, but I could not imagine having 2 pit bulls in my truck with me and my wife. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. But his dogs are damn cute, man. He's got cute dogs.
Yeah. It's wild, man, how much dog fur is in his truck. I don't know what kind of dog the person that was in here last had, but it's crazy, man. Like, today I opened both doors and I got some gloves that got like a rubbery type palm, and the passenger seat, I just like scraped dog hair off of it. And dude, I mean, I was getting dog hair by like the fistfuls off of that thing, like crazy. And it was rough, man. I mean, it's just everywhere, I opened up the butane cover for my little grill this afternoon to cook, and then the damn dog hair in there. I was like, that shit's in everything. Oh, it made me so mad. Like, I walked over to the hardware store, and I needed some screwdrivers, and I thought about buying. They had a little blower over there, a little electric blower. I thought about getting that, but it was like $30, and I'm like, I can wait. I can hold out. Like, I probably already eat 4 pounds of dog fur at this point. So. Oh, I sneeze constantly too, man. I'm not even allergic to dogs. It's just they're so it's like the person who was in here never tried to clean any dog fur out. Like, they was just cool with it, like. Yeah,
if you have a dog that sheds that much, it's tough to keep up with it. I grew up with German Shepherds.
Yeah.
And we couldn't, I mean, you'd vacuum or sweep the floors, and 2 minutes later, it didn't look like you did anything,
Yeah, we had a giant pit bull lab cross we got from the pounding. That thing was like 80 pounds and shedded. Like, I mean, dude, You could brush that dog off, bring it in the house, walk right back out and brush it again, and get just as, I mean, like, it was like nonstop.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we haven't had that dog in, you know, that dog long gone, but dude, I still find his fur like in the couch cushions and shit. And I'm just like, damn, like craziness, craziness. Big Rigger 61's in the house. What's up? What's up? Channel member. Camp Cooking Show, come on. Yeah, review should be out tomorrow on that, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. Walmart has a section, those tanks for good prices. Yeah. I was watching some YouTube about that, and I seen a guy. Now this video was like 2 years old, so you know how everything, you know that. But he was getting them at Sam's Club, those cans of butane for the stove, Sterno brand. At Sam's Club, he was getting a case of 12 for $15 and some change.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like $1.25 a piece. Of course, that was 2 years ago. You know, they're probably like $7 now, but you know how things go. But yeah, I got to do a little research on it. Like I said, I've cooked 4 or 5 times now, and I'm not even through the first can yet. So I'm amazed at how long it's lasting. Let's see. Jackknife TV loves his air fryer. Yeah, I would like to get a convection oven. You know, a convection oven is basically the same thing as an air fryer. But yeah, I see a lot of people loving those air fryers. Loving them. What you got? You said you got the butane stove, and what else did you have?
The Road Pro lunchbox. It's you know, it looks like an old school lunchbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just plug it in. I eat a lot of chicken. I eat a lot of chicken and like pork chops, so I can put that in the lunchbox cooker for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's almost like cooking it in a crock pot. You know what I mean?
Okay. Not bad. Yeah, I got in my truck, you know, I got the hot plate and the microwave. I bought one of those Instapots, you know, which is like a you know, pressure cooker, crock pot type thing. I just never used it. I eventually just took it out and left it at the house. And it's like, I just didn't want to, like, the prep and everything to do all that. But I mean, it would be nice to, you know, throw a freaking roast in with some carrots and some potatoes, and, you know, come back at the end of the day. Of course, I got thinking about it. I'm like, if I'm riding with that in the truck all day, I'm gonna be hungry as hell by the end of the day.
You smell it. I mean, I prepare for that. Like, I know that it's going to be in there for like 2.5 hours sometimes, because I throw everything in there: potatoes, carrots, onions, and all of a sudden, like 35-40 minutes into your drive, you just smell it the entire rest of the drive.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what you get, the little tin foil things that fit in there. The little
you know what I use crock pot bags. You know, the bags, or like oven bags. I use those and then like twist it and tie it so nothing leaks out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I did use those like tinfoil things, but they're expensive. Bread pan, I guess, or like a banana bread pan.
Yeah,
they're just expensive at truck stops.
Right.
So I go to Cub or Walmart and I buy I think it's 10-pack of the bags.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good. There you go. There's a pro tip. I'm watching this guy, a tanker. He dropped his tanker on purpose. Dropped his tanker on the cat scale, pulled out from under it just to weigh the trailer itself. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why you would do that. Does anybody know why you would do that? Yeah. I was trying to figure out what the hell he was doing. He was out there cranking the landing gear, because the landing gear cranks on the other side. was trying to figure out what he was doing. Yeah, he dropped his trailer on the cat scale. I guess if he was trying to weigh your truck, you'd be waiting for a minute on that guy. But
Why would you do that?
yeah, I don't know if anybody knows. Let me know. Kelly
If
says, I think,
Nomadic Brit's in here, ask him. He'll know.
yeah, I mean, obviously he's trying to get the weight of just the trailer, but yeah, I don't know. Like weird. I mean, I can understand maybe if he was doing like a drop trailer scenario and they wanted to know the weight of the trailer or something. Maybe I don't know. Kelly says thinking about getting a 3-gallon propane tank and putting it on the passenger side box. Yeah, Kelly's got the Coleman cooler. I mean, the Coleman 2-burner.
Yeah,
You
I saw that the other
right?
night.
Yeah, I was watching that. I think I seen a comment you left on that video. I don't know. I mean, are you going through that much of those little propane things?
Those little green cans?
Yeah.
You can go through those pretty. I mean, I guess I'm talking about ice fishing. I have a buddy heater that I can connect to a regular propane tank, or I can buy the little green ones, and you go through those pretty. When you're ice fishing, you go through them pretty quick.
Yeah, but I'm talking like if you're just cooking on a little Coleman stove, like, do you really go through a lot of those? I wonder, because I'm amazed at how little butane I'm using. Like, that's amazing how little butane.
We're also not cooking the way he cooks.
That's true too. You know, I'm heating up an egg and he's cooking a fucking 4-course meal over
Prime
there.
rib.
Yeah. Let's see here. Joe says I'm going LP on the house furnace. Electric is killing me in rural Ohio. Yeah, I think if you're in Ohio, you need to be on gas. You know, I grew up in Tennessee, and most appliances and everything's electric there because, you know, you got like, you know, 1.5 cold months, you know, and then bam, it's right back to mild weather. And man, when I moved to Minnesota, like, yeah, if you had electric heat up there, man, that damn thing would run nonstop in the winter.
You'd be broke.
Yeah, exactly. When I first moved to Minnesota, we moved into an old house and it had some electric baseboard heaters. It also had a gas furnace, but it had like one part of the house, I guess, like only had like 2 vents in it. So I guess they put some baseboard heaters in there. Man, those things are expensive to run. Like, I was like, put on a sweater. Don't turn on them damn baseboard heaters. I mean, they were like $250 a month to run those things.
Well, that's how we are in our house. My wife's like always hot. You know what I mean? So the house, I think it's set at like 67, maybe 68 at the warmest. And all of us are in there wearing our sweatshirts, got blankets on and stuff. She's walking around in her shorts and t-shirt. And yeah.
It's kind of the opposite at my place.
Yeah.
I'm the one that sweats when he ties his shoes, you know, so I like to keep it like 60.
Oh.
That don't fly. That don't fly. Yeah, get a coal EFM coal stoker. It cost me about $500 for 2 to 3 tons of coal, and as long as we don't get bad winter, last all winter long. Wow, yeah.
I like those wood burning stoves too.
Yeah, those the water exchange ones.
Yep.
Where, yeah, those things are efficient, man. Like, you can put you know, especially if I owned like 5 10 acres, you know, you could selectively cut some trees every year. Yep. No brainer. You know, like where my mom lives, you know, she's got like 5 acres and it's wooded, you know, and it's like, yeah, you could selectively take, you know, 3 or 4 trees. I mean, there's like on that 5 acres, there's probably, I don't know, 1,000 trees. You know what I mean? It's pretty dense. And I'm like, you could take 4 or 5 trees a year and be good. I mean, it's work, but yeah, they're efficient, man. especially if you put them in something, like a carport or a little something to keep them out of the weather. Yeah, it's a good way to be. Going to be a new Loves in Cameron, Missouri, off of I-35 exit 56. Yeah, I was coming up. Where the hell was that today? I think I-84 in Massachusetts. They're building a new Loves up there. I seen. It's going to be fancy, dude. Of course, it's Massachusetts. They're making them build it make it look all. It don't look like no truck stop I ever seen. I used to live in San Diego, and if you go up from downtown San Diego, you go north up into Del Mar. That's where the rich people live, in Del Mar. You're talking, big money up there. And the McDonald's up there has big wood tables, and they got velvet curtains in the McDonald's.
Valet parking, or valet will go get your drive-through for you.
It's crazy.
While you get your nails done next door.
Yeah, I went into McDonald's up there one time, and I was like, what the hell is this? It was white cloths on the tables, and no kidding, curtains, big fancy curtains over the windows. I was like, this is some fancy mess right here. They give me some chicken nuggets. I'm gonna wipe my barbecue sauce hands on your curtains. The Grumpy Truckers in the house is 2016 Cascadia. Came with an APU pack. I've never used it. An APU pack. I wonder what that is. Like the electric one, or I wish, like everything, my truck had an APU on it, but I'm torn, because it's I always think about getting rid of that truck and getting a new one, but then I'm like, with equipment prices, I'm gonna have to keep it. I should have just did like you and broke down and got the APU 2 years ago. And
well, you can transfer it from truck to truck. It doesn't have to stay on the truck that you put it on.
I guess
$1,800.
Is that what they charge?
Yep. I asked.
Yeah. That ain't bad. Ain't bad.
I know a guy if you ever change your mind.
Yeah. I know a guy too. You talking about the one where you got yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy that owns the carrier I'm at, he knows that guy personally.
Oh, does he?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
They've done a few down there. I mean, I don't know if he knows him personally, I guess, but he told me one time, he's like, if you ever want to go down there and get one, let me know. But I don't know. As little as I idle this truck, or my truck, it's I don't know. It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. The problem with it is my truck should have had one on it from the beginning, because almost all of the idle hours on my truck are from before I owned it. It's the truck is 6 years old now, 5-6 years old, and it's got 4,000 idle hours on it, and I've put maybe 500 of those on there. So it's whoever had it before should have had it.
Right.
It is what it is. What do you think cattle haulers are getting a mile in today's fuel prices? Woof. They better be getting paid, because, man, let me tell you, there's a lot. You do not. Cattle hauling is like car hauling. There's really no good way to get good fuel mileage. That's why you see the big union car haulers going 62 mile an hour. There just ain't no way to get it. So I feel for those guys right now. With both feet says, I want tax day for death pool on DIY. Yeah, the tax day is going to get a bunch of us, I think. Could get a bunch of us. Yeah, old tax day.
Very good.
What's that?
I was going to say, very good experience. It was my first time as an owner-operator going through taxes. And I met with my CPA. We sat down for 2.5 hours, went over everything. And you know what? I learned a lot. I learned a lot more than I thought I was going to learn when I walked in there. I thought it was a very interesting experience. Granted, it turned out in my favor, so that's probably why I'm happy, but it was a good experience.
Yeah. Oh, I just hate seeing how much I pay. That's the thing that bums me out, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. It is what it is, though. Joe says $20 to park your hotel room on wheels seems reasonable unless your room is dirty. Yeah. That's true. It's true.
You gotta wait a minute. You gotta pay to follow federal regulations. I don't think that. I mean, obviously, I pay to park too. Sometimes that's just what you have to do. I don't agree with it, and I don't agree with that. A lot of places are changing, like you said earlier. They have you have a full lot, and 3/4 of it is paid parking, and 1/4 of it is free. Well, especially in the reefer game, good luck finding a free spot by the time we're ready to shut down at the end of the night. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's private property, you know. I'm all about, like, you know, they can do what they want to. I actually like that they do paid parking because, like, when I need it, and I'm glad it's there. And, you know, it's like, yeah, you have to pay to be federally legit. You know, you do your tires, you got to pay to have good tires, you got to pay to, you know, you got to pay to have brakes, you got to pay to...
You got to pay to sleep, huh?
Yeah.
What a fucking racket that is.
What my
Pretty
big
sure
beef
is, do we got to pay to use the restroom too? Like, to flush the toilet, pay for the water?
Yeah,
I mean,
you do. That's why everything is $10 in the truck stop. The thing that bothers me about it is, like, a buddy of mine was telling me the new transportation bill has $300 million for electric buses, but not one penny for truck parking. You know, like, that's the stuff that kills me. You know, I don't know. And, you know, the whole bus thing gets me. You ever go downtown Minneapolis and look at the buses? They ain't never half full. Like, why do we need all these damn buses?
I want to stay alive. I don't really go to downtown Minneapolis.
Hey, you're in Chicago right now. My advice is to walk in a zigzag pattern when you walk. Don't walk in a straight line. And, you know, if some guy tries to sell you a watch, you just run as fast as you can. Just run. Victoria says the energy is real. Cash is king. Hell yeah. There you go. I like that. The energy is real. Joe, I might have to make a shirt that says that. Joe says, I've always told everybody you're the Leonardo DiCaprio of trucking. You talking about me or you?
I think he's talking about you.
Oh shit! I don't know how I compare to that guy. I'm way better looking. Michael Rutherford said, "What's a good lane for reefer? I'm in North Carolina. North Kakalaki.
You're in a
North Carolina, not a bad area. Not a bad area. You got chicken everywhere. You got pork everywhere. You got a decent produce season with cucumbers and stuff like that. So, you know, cucumbers are a long produce season. You know, they go forever. Good lane, a good lane from North Carolina. If it was me, I'd probably look to run down up and down I-40 out of there. Oklahoma, Arkansas, and back, something like that. Uh, it's funny. One time I hauled a load of chicken out of North Carolina to Arkansas, and I picked up a load of chicken going back to North Carolina. And I thought to myself, this is a wonderful country we live in. I'm trading chicken for chicken and making thousands of dollars doing it. Oh man, yeah, sure enough, did. But no, that's probably what I would do. Something like that, or North Carolina to Chicago and back. That's a good lane. Depends on where you want to run too. Like for me, I hate the West Virginia Turnpike. And to get up into the Midwest, like Ohio, Indiana, Chicago, you're going to have to mess with that turnpike more than likely. So for me, that's why I say I-40. You get over Black Mountain, you get through the gorge, and you're gone. But yeah, Iowa, like, Kansas City, Chicago, like those are good lanes.
You know where I would try and go? I'd go from North Carolina down to like Louisiana. Go to the ports in Louisiana up into Chicago, and then Chicago and back to North Carolina.
You talking about a right triangle? You talking about a isosceles triangle?
That's what I would. I mean, I don't know. I don't run down south very much, but I know when I come out of like Virginia area sometimes, or even Pennsylvania down to Louisiana, it's profitable. That's why I do it.
You know what I would do? I would do what that Just Trucking guy does. I would go from North Carolina down to Florida and back. Ain't that what he does?
Well, he lives in South Carolina.
Same thing.
Yeah, he goes to Florida. I
think we're missing it. You know where the good lane is from North Carolina? Run her straight north. Run her up into New Jersey and back.
Yeah.
For show, Jersey and back. That'd be me right there. Of course, I like torture. I like getting those 6 stoppers out there in Jersey. Man, I don't know. It's one of those things like with New Jersey, Philadelphia. It's like over the years, I've done all the stops out there. There ain't a major grocery warehouse. There ain't a food service. There ain't a mom and pop I ain't been to out here. And it's like no one else wants to do it. But I'm like, I don't know. It's just another day at the office to me. So, I don't mind doing it, honestly, at this point. But yeah, if I was in North Carolina, I probably would do that. I'd probably be running up Jersey and back. Take her right up the coast. Jackknife TV says, Long Island is not bad. I almost took a load to Bronx today, paid well, but the receiver changed, charged $40 to come in the gate to deliver. Was like they can go F themselves. I mean, if it pays good enough, hey, I tell the broker, I don't like that. You pay that $40 and we might do this.
Well, 2 YouTubers that I watch made videos of going into the Bronx, Nevada, trucking and trails. And then a guy that lives in our area, kind of, the milkman, he went down there. I would not want to go down there. I wouldn't. I watched their videos, and I wouldn't be comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I went through the Bronx yesterday. It ain't. I mean, the way I always look at stuff is if someone else can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just holding a steering wheel and doing your homework, figuring out where you got to be, when you got to be there. It's, to me, delivering in Long Island or wherever. It's the same as delivering in Topeka, Kansas. You know, you do your research. It is. It's you know, I do the same amount of research for Topeka, Kansas as I do you know, freaking Long Island or whatever. I'm doing street view from the freeway all the way to where I got to deliver. I'm doing, you know,
I do
like
the same thing.
yeah. I mean, I'm going to know about it. I don't like surprises. I went to make a right turn today up here in Boston. Literally half a mile down the road was my delivery. I go to make a right hand turn, and they're doing utility work, and they got the road blocked off. And I did a U-turn in the middle of an intersection that probably was not the most legal thing, but let me tell you, it saved my ass. I did the old whippy whip and busted that shitty, and man, I was right back in the game. And so, you know, it's like you do what you got to do, but sometimes, you know, it don't work. That luckily that one did. There was another entrance. I don't know. I don't understand why, like, when they're going to close a road off, they can't put a sign that says turn here for the detour. Instead, they wait till I get to the road, and then it says detour back that way. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks, because now I'm in a residential area trying to find a place to turn around, guy. So Boston's been an Achilles heel for me in my trucking career. I had to call the police one time and get them to stop traffic so I could back out. Yeah, I made a bad maneuver there. I was trying to make a left on a certain street, and there was like a moving, like a, you know, a big ass like United moving, you know, truck, not a semi, but like the giant box truck, you know, and he was double parked, so I couldn't make the left hand turn. And I said, no worries, I'll go up to the next street. Well, that's one way, so I went up to the next street. And by the time I got to the next street, we was in the full-blown residential, and there's no way I'm making that turn. Cars parked on both sides. I was like, hey, whatever, you know. So I called the cops and said, hey, I need to back up about 2 blocks. Could you help me out? And they did. They come out. They were nice. You know, they stopped traffic. I backed up, did a U-turn. And when I went back, it was funny because when I went back up to make the right, you know, where I was going to make the left, but the moving truck was already gone. So probably what I should have done is just waited through a light cycle, you know, yep. But I didn't realize he was getting ready to move, you know, so things you don't know. Victoria says, I still want to leave the post office for a better home daily run. Hey, you just got to look around in your area. Lots of trucking jobs. Joe says they could make a killing off paid bathrooms. Doesn't European countries do this? The problem with making people pay to flush, you need to make them pay to get in the door, because they'll just take the dump and then not flush, and then then you got yourself a problem. Joe says, how does Mudflap DEF work? It doesn't. You can only buy diesel on Mudflap. You just buy DEF with the cash, you know, with money in your pocket or your credit card or whatever. That's what I do. If you go to, where is it? I know the Poignant Travel Plaza, you just swipe your card at the pump and you can pay for DEF.
Yep.
There's a couple others that'll let you do that. Quick Trip, if your card don't work at the pump, you can just press the button and say, hey, I'm going to get DEF on pump 15, and they'll turn it on for you. Simple stuff. Krispy Kreme killer in the house. Did someone say bag of donuts? Greetings from Miami. I did say bag of donuts. I used to get free bags of donuts, and let me tell you, it was not a good thing for me. Definitely built a loyalty program out of me, though, because Miss Nevada Trucking and Trails in the house. What's up, Cash and Faye? What's up?
Did they change their photo?
No, that's Mrs. Nevada Trucking and Trails.
Oh, okay.
That's the Mrs. Roger Moore says, I'm not a morning person. Oh, man. I was thinking you were. Ronald says, Cash, are you at the pilot off of 84? I am not there. Not there. I avoid the pilot like the plague, let me tell you. I'm going to say last year I probably spent one night at a pilot. None this year so far. Just not a fan. Not a fan. I will drive out of the way to not be at a pilot. Up in balmy Minnesota, late night delivery at the Walmart. Oh boy, you over there at that Mankato spot. You tell them I said what's up. Yeah, everybody say hi to everybody. If anybody wants to drop links, drop links. If you're a moderator, you can drop a link. Grade 8 transportation. Good evening, guys. I'm late. Broker will cover the late fee. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need a T check to cover that.
I wonder if.
What's that?
I wonder if his kids got any archery coming up. His kids and like their archery team just made the national tournament.
Oh, okay. Did not know that. Oh yeah, I was saying T-checks. Does anybody still use T-checks? You guys remember T-checks? Sorry, I got a lot going on at this truck stop. There's a guy. I think someone just spilled a bunch of diesel here because there's a guy out here with a thing of spill dry, like a 50-pound bag of spill dry, pouring it out here.
Why don't you give him some dog hair to soak it up?
I wish. I don't know what that is. I don't know what he's got going on over there. We were supposed to get a little winter weather. I thought maybe he was dumping out some salt or something there, but I think that's spill dry. It appears someone has spilt some diesel.
The tanker needed to lighten his load.
Maybe. Nah, he was on a scale. It looks like this last fuel pump here, somebody dumped a bunch of diesel. At 5, whatever the hell a gallon it is here, Lord, I don't think I go doing too much of that. That hurts your feelings a little bit. Spilling it at $5 a gallon. Pat says if they really wanted to make a killing, up the price of showers and include pretty ladies, come on. I can only imagine what the pretty ladies would look like. Pretty. That's such a relative term, isn't it? And by relative, I mean it looked like your cousin Jeff. Oh man. Only Lonely says watching is Cash working at the lighthouse. Yeah, I'm over here at the Wizard of Oz. I'm gonna ask for a brain and a heart and
courage.
Some hair. Not courage. I need hair. I want a nice 70s style feathered look. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Who the hell needs courage when you could have a big head full of hair? Pneumatic Brit says, can anyone jump in? Yeah, that was 40 minutes ago. Sorry it took me so long to see that, but let me see here. Yeah, I tell you what, if you wanna be in a live show, let's get you on next time, because I'm about ready to wrap this up, to be honest with you. I don't know, how you feeling, Fate?
I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling it too. Sorry it took me so long to see that, Nomadic Brett. I will get you on next time. I do appreciate it. Appreciate Fate coming by. All my channel members dropping by. Kelly Patterson in the house. Thank you for being a channel member. Keltarusu Travels. Sorry I missed all you guys' chat here. We got behind.
I talk too much.
What's that?
I talk too much. I ask dumb questions.
No, we need that in a live show. You know, that's what makes the show go around. Yeah, check out that merch there, guys. If you would like to be as cool as Fate Trucking, you need to go to the merch tent. Down below, you will find a link in the description of this video, and you will click that, and you will look that good. Oh, hell. Look at him here. Look at this one. Y'all need a Mudflap code? Oh, man.
I threw that on right after you texted me. I wore the sweater all day, but I threw that shirt on after you texted me.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, man. I think we're going to wrap it up here. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us for a little while, but you got to get to bed. I do too. I need to be up here in a little while. So,
all right, man. Well, you take it easy.
All right, it's that time of day. We're out of here. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Thanks everybody for being channel members and super chats and all that good stuff. And Nomadic Brett, next time I am live, we will get you in. Sorry it took me 40 minutes to read that. I was way behind on comments. So, but next time, we get you next time for sure. All right, everybody, be safe out there. Take care of each other. And if you need something, don't forget the Wizard of Oz.